Hey everybody, in this video, we're going to be working with for loops, but more specifically, for in enumerate. So this will be something that kind of takes both the index idea and the for in list idea and kind of puts them together. So like I said before, just printing the list is fine if we're going to debug our program and find some errors and we just want to print it out real quick. But most of the time, we're going to want to use a for loop to make it look nice. We're going to use the idea behind enumerate, and sometimes we need the index and sometimes we don't. So in this way, we can choose. So for this first one, we have for I item in enumerate. So the I is going to be the 0, 1, 2, 3. So the first item in this list of 2 is going to be the variable that is going to be the index. And the second value is going to be the variable that holds the value of either one of these. And then we have to use the word enumerate. Last time we used the word zip. If we want to put multiple items together, this one's enumerate. And then the name of the list that we want to enumerate. So the old way that we did it was menu items bracket I. And if we run this, it does print out everything. And then down here, we can do something a little bit nicer. And that is not using I, but using the item instead. So for the first one, we use this variable, and the second one, we're just using this variable, and it looks a little bit cleaner without having to use these brackets and I. Works in both cases. But what if we want to use both of these? Like what's a situation where both of these might want to be used? So let's go ahead and try these out. And we're going to do, if we just want to go ahead and print 2 of these. So we're going to do for I item in enumerate. And then we're going to do both of these. We're going to use both of these variables. So we do something like print, and then per usual, we're going to use a string, an F string. And then I, so like for this one, let's pretend we're going to put like a, not pretend, we're actually going to do it. Let's go ahead and put a number for the item, and then put the name of the item. So like burgers first, fries are second, ribs, and so on. So we're going to take the I value, which is the index, and these indices always start at 0 if we don't tell it to start at something else. So this is 0, but we want it to be 1 on the list. So we're just going to go ahead and add a 1 to it. And then we want the name of the item over here. So we'll go ahead and run that. And we get 1 is burger, 2, let's put a period right here to make it look a little nicer, I guess. So 1 is burger, 2 fries, 3 ribs, 4 a baked potato. Okay, so that's a nice way to do both of them. And then we're going to go ahead and learn how to do all 3. This one's a little spicy because we got to incorporate another thing that we learned previously into this thing that we're doing today. So we have I item, but now we want to include the prices. So we do like we did before with comma prices. Then we can do comma price over here. This would seem like maybe the correct way to do it. But then we get this idea of there's a type error, list object cannot be interpreted as an integer. I don't even know what that means. That's confusing. I don't like it. And the way to do it is, since we are working with more than one list, like we did last time, we still have to use zip. We're going to put zip right here. So now we have this function right here inside of enumerate. And then you can think of it like, since we group these together, we need to group these together. Maybe we don't need to, but I don't know. Looks like we probably should. And then we get back to the same thing. So now that we have this working, we're going to do the price at the end. And now we got the price at the end. So now we're incorporating the integer or the index and the variable or the value from the first list and the value from the second list. And then if we want to space this out like we did last time, we can do less than 15. And then we got kind of like a full working little menu right here. Looks kind of nice. Let's go. All right. So what we learned here is enumerate allows us to use both the I, which is the index, and the value. that we get from any of these lists up here. And if we want to put both of them together, we can use the zip function inside the enumerate function. And then don't forget to have 3 variables on the left-hand side. So you guys just learned how to use for in enumerate. That's pretty nice, but that's not the only kind of loop. There's also while loops. So why don't we build a for loop and an equivalent while loop right here? Or if we're not comfortable with for loops yet, you guys can learn about for in list right over here. Take care, everybody.